Now, today, cartoon breaking news, the highlights of this video. Basically, Ted has his own animated series, and a lot of fans are a little confused why you have an animated series but you still have the live action doing a prequel series. It's just sort of strange. The second highlight of the day, basically, Alan, the creator of Villainous, talking about a spin-off series on the works of the Villainous universe. People are a little confused, but I'll talk about that later on. The third highlight of the day, SpongeBob getting a coffee special flavor on Bessie Bones coffee. And I don't know you, that's sort of strange, but we talk about this, but plus so much more news on Cartoon Breaking News. Now, before I get started, I have to mention today's week is kind of slow, so nothing really that special to talk about. But besides that, this is the first time on my channel. My name is Rachel. I do like to talk about animation, not just animation reviews, first impressions, cartoon theories, and sometimes, if I have some spare time, cartoon breaking news. Of course, you like how it's going, you like to help my channel, put like, comment, and subscribe. That's the only thing you need to do. If you don't, that's fine too, but you do. Thank you. Because of you, I am getting close to my main goal of 2,000 subscribers. And I'm getting close every single day because the people put like, comment, and share. Now, let's start for the first cartoon breaking news of the day. Now, the first news of the day, basically we could talk about Eddie or Ching Chang Eddie from Twitter/X. If you don't know who he is, he's basically a news scooper for cartoons, specifically more of villainous. That anything Midnight News, he's probably the perfect person to follow because his information is always accurate. But besides that, he posted that, believe it or not, Andy actually was a live stream, sort of spelled out some new information about Villainous. One of them is sort of a new animated spin-off series from Villainous. But that's basically all he said. But you want to see the stream of the sort of interview from Alan, you can find the clip on Ashley X/Twitter. Just put hashtag Villainous and you find automatically the stream, or at least the clip that he says, yes, I actually am working on a spin-off series of Villainous. But at the same time, people are a little miffed because, once more, we're still waiting the other half of season 1. You're also waiting the other 20 episodes, and now you're working on a spin-off series. And that a lot of people got a little bit mad, but at the same time, Andy's not basically responsible to when to drop the shows. If it is a responsibility, he automatically dropped it a long time ago. But it's not. He sold his baby to Cartoon Network. So whatever the Cartoon Network wants to do with it, he must basically wait. He has no power of that. So just to let you know, yes, they're making a spin-off series, but it could take a little while to come out. But we don't know what this spin-off really is. In fact, I go even deeper, a little bit more conversation, a completely different video I made about the spin-off series, but what my thoughts are. But besides that, are you excited about the spin-off? Do you want a spin-off, or you prefer to see the last 5 episodes and the other 20 episodes they're working on? Tell me down below what is your opinion. Now let's talk about the next cartoon news of the day. Now, our next segment from Kazuka posted on this Twitter/X account. Basically, Mcross, do you remember The Love? The animated movie will come out on 4K on UHD Japan with English subtitles. It includes the 1984 theater release edition and also the 16 complete edition. And remind you, they also have 35mm film, negative film attached to this sort of kind of DVD release. Now, some of you are sort of wondering, what is Mcross? Mcross is sort of probably the most informational, or at least one of the type informational anime back in the late 80s and 70s. If you don't know anything in anime history, learn one specific thing. The late 70s and the 80s are the most important from anime because that's the point they took anime seriously. And it actually helped by Mcross. Now, what is Mcross? Mcross is basically, I don't want to say Star Wars with mechs, but it's a little bit more complicated. Basically, it's sort of this alien race sort of accidentally dropped this huge ship, and the human race sort of saw it and try to understand what this ship is and what it can do. And sort of kind of reverse engineering, creating basically this own version of mech who can transform three different things: a normal jet plane, half a way of becoming a robot and a jet, and a complete robot. That's the three transformations. But the reason why they do this is because the alien race who dropped the ship is basically giant alien people. And now they sort of want to basically take their stuff and kill off all human race. But it isn't enough one just take the ship. But no, because they actually drop, they see have value, they actually want to take over and destroy the human race. So this is the reason the human race have to unite as one to stop the alien race to taking over and destroy all humanity. And then it with every single cliche you know of this genre, because Mcross make their genre like a hit. Like the normal adopted child who became a badass soldier with a idol right next to him singing. If you've seen those kind of cliches, it's because of Mcross. The Mcross genre made those cliches very recognizable because this anime is that serious. And the first time you watch it, even if it's this old anime, this anime still slaps. Of course, I do recommend watch a few reviews to get more in depth, but at least I give you a some idea what is Mcross, because Mcross made every single trope work before it was a trope. This is the reason why you have anime shooting 100 bullets at once. This is an anime who is obsessed with idols. This is one that make war, otaku, and also kind of bad mixed together work so well, because the 80s and the early 70s was the best experimental point of anime, then became sort of mainstream and now becoming a little bland nowadays. But you can watch this anime to see what everything started. You see the cliches and the experimental things they did make Cross very special. How special? Believe it or not, you have 8 different spin-off series. So yeah, this thing is very special. But once more, are you gonna pick this up when it releases or not? Tell me down below. Let me know. Or you've ever heard of Mcross at least once, because how influential this anime really was. I got nothing else to say. Now let's talk about the next cartoon breaking news. Now this news is from Cartoon Base. That's from Gooseworks, her own words. I will show what she said on my face by sort of kind of reducing down a few words. Basically saying Gooseworks is sort of glad that Gliss Production will allow her to end the series however she wants, not very basically extending the series, only doing for a total of 9 episodes and that's it, no season 2, because some stories are deserved to be shot short. Not just her, also Murder Jones, they also ending the series with her doing Digital Circus. But she is very happy how commendation is glitch. They understanding the story only lasted a few episodes, not multiple seasons. So she believes the whole program is working very well for animators. And that's basically what she says. You can read everything on my face here and her own words. I just sort of dump it down. But all of that, are you kind of glad or a little bit upset you don't have a season 2 of Digital Circus and also Murder Jones, because both of them are officially ending? Of course, it's up to you how you felt about this. If you believe they left potential on the table, not doing a season 2, exploring more of the world. But of course, they can easily change their minds and continue doing season 2 if they chose to. It's up to you how you felt about this. For me, in my opinion, in my experience reviewing anime series, my opinion, the show only should lasted a minimum 2 seasons or maybe 3. Sometimes 1 season, because sometimes 1 season, if you hit it perfectly, you don't need a season 2 or anything, especially Digital Circus, because Digital Circus is very experimental, always focus on the character and their development, the reason why they're doing this, but not really fully explaining, because that's not the focus. The focus is of the characters, how they develop it, how they accept it, of the world they stuck to. And to me, that's more interesting than building the world, because sometimes you don't have much to say if you did everything in the first group of characters. But I don't know you, how you felt about this. You wish they made a season 2? You wish they prefer at least to make a movie to make it a grand goodbye? Or what? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now let's talk about the next cartoon segment. Now our next segment is from Cartoon Broom, posted on the Twitter/X. Basically, Amazing Circus creator Gooseworks actually reveals storyboards of the episode up to 6 of 9 of the first season, and that's it. That's the only update they want to talk about on their Twitter account. But you don't know, Amazing Digital Circus only has one season, only one season. So they just finished just 6 episodes. You have 3 episodes left to be storyboarded. This means we can have kind of faster episodes release dates, so you don't have to wait that long if you want to know what they actually mean. But also in context, also be reminded this show, A Major Digital Circus, is a basically one season done deal. Gooseworks just want to make one season and that's it. So just keep watching each episode because each episode be partly great remember in the cartoon community. In fact, are you hyped for the next episode? Are you sad this will be a limited show? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now let's talk about the next cartoon breaking news. Now, next segment of the day is from Ashley Toonhive, posting a new animated project that sounds very interesting. It's called Crystal Hijack, an animated heist musical comedy filmed by Yolo Jello 2763, will be released in 2025. Now, this film follows a group of thieves who have to be a sort of animated object creatures who pull up the last heist before the crystal will be stolen, but at the same time, they'll be hunting down in Peru of the people who stole their diamonds. And that's basically what this project really is. They don't say much about it, just the names and when it's coming out, but that doesn't give you a full image or what, but it's just prepared to come out. Yeah, I think could be a indie project. It looks like it, but besides that, are you actually interested? Because it sounds kind of fun. Like, let's face it, we do not have a lot of animated projects of following sort of heist type of characters. Only with the third, and once in a while we have a movie or two or show, but it's never really made that much. But this is sort of exciting because I think this is supposed to be a indie project to see what they come up with, especially our main characters are animate objects. You wonder, are they cursed or this is normal for them? Like, sometimes depends what the animator wants for the project. Doesn't want to answer or do. I don't know you. But at the same time, I am excited because this is a musical comedy sort of kind of animated project. So yeah, hopefully good songs, good animation, good fun time. I don't know you, how you felt about this. Are you curious? Are you interested? Or you don't just care? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now let's talk about the next animated project. Now, this is from Ashley Cartoon Empire, posting on the Twitter/X, basically premiering coming out new series from Zack Snyder, Twitter of the Gods, be released on basically September 19 on Netflix. And this series I had talked about couple cartoon breaking news ago that is basically just two human people surviving the attack of the gods by Zeus and Loki, and then now want revenge to survive what happened to his own people, and also follow two lovers figuring out how to survive. That's basically the whole pitch. And this trailer, it really shows this is Zack Snyder. He had guts, violence, and sex. That's basically what he loves, what he shows on this. But this time with a limited budget of animation. But it seems to me Zack Snyder works better in animation than live action because the guy is very creative, but it doesn't mean he's very well written characters because his written dialogue is kind of terrible sometimes. So it makes sense or make it easier for him just to make this an anime series. It feels just works so much better than live action, at least in my opinion. Especially Zack Snyder, how he's sort of an edgelord. It makes more sense to make an animated series of him. Hopefully, be his path. to make more anime series, and hopefully this actually be good. It looks a lot of fun, but what's more, it's not Snyder. You don't know how far he will push it or not far enough because the guy is sort of 50-50. You don't know if you get a good one or a bad one out of him. But I don't know you. Are you excited of Twilight of the Gods? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now let's talk about the next cartoon breaking news. Now our next news of the day is from Twitter/X of the Annie Awards. Now, some of you are wondering what is the Annie Awards? The Annie Awards is sort of like the Oscars for animators and voice actors. Specifically, this is the 52nd award of the Annie Award will take place on Saturday, February the 8th, 2024 on the UCAL Royal Hill in Los Angeles, California. This is sort of happening I think every 2 years, if I'm correct. Please correct me down below. But it's sort of actually graduated old people who work on animation, the creators, voice actors, directors, everybody who works on animation gets the shine of this kind of award. Of course, a lot of people do like this awards. Some people don't like it because they don't get the people they want to actually win this awards. What's more, it's very similar to the Oscars, and some people believe the anime awards get paid off by Disney to they make them look better. In other words, if you believe that. But besides that, are you hyped to see the Annie Awards? You expecting anyone to win this time? The one you least you like? Tell me down below. Name the person you think should win an award of the Annies. Tell me down below. And that's basically it. Now let's talk about the next cartoon breaking news. Now, we gotta talk about this segment, especially a critic saw the movie of Flow, that his opinion is actually pretty incredible, that his sort of kind of mini review, I'm just gonna kind of down for a few words. Basically, Flow is sort of a credible achievement for a small team because the whole point of this is basically a bunch of animals surviving in a boat with no humans. And what they achieved this is incredible. It's so impressionable because there is no dialogue. You just see the animals serve emotion, expression, understanding the situation just by look. And that's what is one of the greatest achievements. And that's basically the sum in it what I'm trying to say. I put his words on my face here right now to fully understand what his opinion really was. And to me, it sounds exactly what it sounds about Flow. Because a lot of people are praising it between 8.10 or 9.10. It's in between those. But besides that, are you excited to watch Flow? If you don't know what Flow is, it's exactly what it sounds, what the critic explained. It is a bunch of animals surviving sort of a kind of incident on their own town. They were sort of drowned by water, and they're the only ones who survived, and sort of stuck on this boat, figuring how to survive. That's the whole pitch. And honestly, it sounds interesting because no dialogue. You have to really read the expression of the animals or their actions if they have any meaning. And that is difficult to do because one little mistake or one little misunderstanding, you could read the expression wrong what they're trying to actually say. But once more, this is sort of just opinion ringing into the movie. It's up to you. Are you interested in watching this specific film? Because it is coming out, I think now or close to a couple of weeks. I'm not 100% sure. Depends where you live. But other than that, are you excited of Flow, or are you gonna wait to come out in streaming service or a DVD? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now let's talk about the next cartoon breaking news. Now our new segment is sort of an update for a animated project called Pieces and Powder that you find the website on Kickstarter finally open. If you don't remember, I did talk about the Kickstarter of Pieces and Powder not yet be open. Have a few days right now, have be open, and have basically gotten $2,570 on this recording, of at least the minimum goal they aim at to $15,000. And they have about 75 Kickstarters who actually invested doing this project. Of course, what is the goals of each kind of section of this project? If they get the $15,000 minimum goal, it's basically paying half the episode. but to get the full episode, they attempted to get 30,000. Now, of course, to get a second episode, it had to be at least 35 paying half of it, 45 being full of it, and 60,000 to actually fully fund the 2 episodes they trying to accomplish and finish all the details. And 65,000 is basically getting DVD and Blu-ray set on the 3 episodes with commentary and extras. Of course, then more if they pass the main goal. For right now, they only got 2,570 people are actually paying for these, tempted to get the goal of 15,000. And hopefully they get to that goal. Of course, some of you are wondering, what is Piece of Potter? The whole least plot, for a few words, is basically following Potter who attempted to make friends, but she's sort of a shut-in. Like, she struggles to talk to people. But she's not the only one. You also have other characters who have sort of the same problem as Potter, but completely different way. And all of them attempted to make themselves more friendly and talk to each other a very wholesome but dramatic way, by understanding their point of view, why they struggle to talk to people, and how they attempted to get out of that hole in understanding each other. And basically that is the whole point of this indie project. And you know what? It works pretty well. In fact, if you want to see the first pilot is out on YouTube. I did a review on a couple of weeks ago. If you want to see the review, but first see the pilot if you actually are interested. But lucky for us, people are interested. Hopefully they may at least get enough to finish the first episode. Hopefully they are successful. Tell me down below, are you excited about this? They actually can make it or not? Tell me down below, let me know. Now let's talk about the next cartoon breaking news of the day. Now this segment I decided to make something fun because Old Turtle Dawn is sort of a Pacific cartoon breaking news Twitter account, specifically only getting information of the turtles. And one of them put something very fun and interesting that I want to talk about. That the post actually says, do you know, back in the day in 2015, they almost got close to a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Foot Clan origin show, focused on basically Master Splinter and Shredder, where they're preteens, figuring out to becoming the next generation of Foot Clan. Basically, this could be an alternate different universe of the Turtles. During that time, you actually was running the 2012 Turtles show. So with that actually ended, this actually decided to start with the origins of Splinter and Shredder, what happened to it, and the development, what happened to the Foot Clan, how it's created, and basically how the order actually works. That could be very interesting, but it also could be very disappointing because this is meant for me a young audience. It made me dumbfounded a little bit lower to get more bigger audience. But once more, that could be a very interesting pitch, but at the same time could be a little bit annoying because you want to take them serious, not silly. But once more, it's up to you how you felt about this. You wish this was actually made or not, or you think we're glad we dodged a bullet to make another terrible show of the Turtles. It's all your opinion, but the art design, everything sounds super interesting. But I'm one of those people, I'm glad this never made, but I feel we're probably never justified making the series actually work. But I don't mind they actually do make these 2-3 special episodes of whatever new version of the Turtle come out, just exploring the preteen of Splinter and Shredder, how their life before the transformation of becoming the people they are in the future. That could be a fun little look back. They did that in the 2012 one, but just doing their adult life, not their high school or preteen life. Because if you don't know, Shredder and Master Splinter always were orphans because the Foot Clan basically carry kids or orphan kids to run their organization. But depends which story, because each story do a little bit different twist. Sometimes a TGI organization, sometimes the Foot Clan, or they start up recreating a new clan and got separated and make a new clan. There are a lot of different ways to take it. But besides that, how you felt about this. Do you glad it didn't make it, or you disappointed it never got made? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now let's talk about the next cartoon breaking news. Now this segment is from Toon Hub that I wasn't really expecting. Is basically posting on their Twitter slash X. Supposedly Nickelodeon is partnering up with Bones Coffee, making three specific original SpongeBob SquarePants themed coffee flavor for three Pacific characters. One of them is SpongeBob, that obvious, Squidward, and Patrick. And all the art style they use is just super trippy, but also coffee original flavors. It's very weird, but when I read the comments, nobody is sort of disappointed or anything like that. They just sort of, so SpongeBob drinks coffee. Now it's canon, and that's basically it. Like no one really is mind blowing. It's just sort of okay, this is a thing, but I have to admit, it is sort of original all the art style they make because it doesn't look like the original art style. It looks like a more of a extreme emotion of being trippy sort of art style because it's coffee, but all of that, it's just sort of really unique. Like each character have sort of strange pose being addicted to coffee, like SpongeBob tongue just dropped on the floor, running away. Patrick the same thing, but running away in a different direction. And Squidward just being Squidward, being lost his mind by coffee. But all of that, it's just sort of weird. Wonder what type of flavor each one actually is. People are sort of memeing about, oh, should have a craft flavor or Mr. Gary flavor or any other different SpongeBob character. In fact, how you feel about this? Are you interested, or you like the fandom a little bit? Okay, this is a thing kind of situation that I don't know how to react. Believe me, when I saw this, I was sort of dumbfounded for a second, but once more, it looks fun to maybe buy and collect, I guess, or drink the coffee just to understand what type of flavor they chose for each character. Sometimes sort of weird the flavor they chose, but other times it seems okay. I think this character will like this flavor. I don't know you. Which flavor do you think SpongeBob, Squidward, and Patrick would choose in real life for their own coffee flavor? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now let's talk about the next cartoon breaking news. Now our next segment is from Disgusting Films, dropping the trailer of the first Lego Pixar block tunes to be released on September 4th on the Disney Plus streaming service. And I have seen the trailer. They basically focus on basically Finding Dory, The Incredibles, Coco, and many other different properties of actually Disney and Pixar. And they all be Legofied, I guess, into a series. I'm not sure it'll be a movie. It seems to be a series of each specific IP being Legofied. Something like Batman Lego, but in basically maybe 10-minute or 20-minute shorts. I'm not sure. This doesn't give that much information. But yet, I wasn't really expecting Disney to do Legofy their own brand a little bit more for more promotion. But at the same time, it's sort of weird because Lego is sort of hard to actually do, make it charming. It had to have a sort of specific vibe. But the only problem is Lego shorts, Lego episodes, is actually kind of running down to the ground because they keep doing so many that the charm is sort of running out. They're just doing it just for the, let's say, for the money, the easy to make people watch. That's at least that's my opinion. But once more, it's at least my opinion is more like, what do I watch? Brave or the Credibles or Finding Dory that have the movies on basically Disney Plus. But once more, I guess people like Lego shorts or Lego episodes or Lego movies of the IP. But they're telling the same story, so it's sort of hard to actually care. But once more, this meant for a very young audience, so it kind of makes sense. I don't know you. Are you excited, or you like me? You're like, why are you making this? Like, understand Batman works or Scooby-Doo works in a Lego form because they have so much lore to it. They have fun with it. Or even Star Wars makes sense. But the movies itself, like basically Incredibles or Finding Dory or A Brave, usually they're just 1 or 2 movies, and I don't know you can milk anything of that. It just rehash the same story or use a little bit of lore. But what's more, there is sort of a limitation to make them work. But I don't know you. Are you gonna watch this or not? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now let's talk about the next cartoon breaking news. Now, this new segment kind of trending on the internet for a little while is all about the sequel movie of The Joker posting on the Cartoon Room and different other websites also promoting this. Is basically they say in the beginning of Joker 2 they're actually having a sort of inspired Looney Tunes short intro by the Joker. Of course, this will be directed by Triple Bamboon, the director who made that sort of old French movie about 3 ladies helping another lady helping their son who got kidnapped. A really good movie, I have to say. They have no dialogue, but the action and the designs really grab your attention. But that director does say it was inspired by Looney Tunes intro in The Joker. It will be very fun and fantastic. But this will have sort of divisive opinions. Some people believe this actually makes sense. Other people say are ruining the series of the sequel because Joker is serious. But at the same time, Joker is sort of delusional, seeing things are not there. So it makes sense he might have a delusion himself seeing a Looney Tunes inspired cartoon. But once more, depends how you stand about this opinion. Do you actually care about this, or you feel it just makes sense because it's the Joker and he is crazy? Tell me down below how you felt about this, or even watch the sequel of the Joker. Tell me down below. I got nothing else to say, just thank you for watching, and let's talk about the next cartoon breaking news. Now, this is from Disgusting Films that I did post on my community tab that basically they are making a animated TED series on the works. But during this time, season 2, the live action TED TV series almost was cancelled because each single episode cost about $8 billion per episode. And this is the reason why they kind of decided to make a anime series, because an anime series TED is that popular. They easily make 10 episodes. Each episode could cost $1 million if they put the money on front. Because TED just doing one episode costs $8 million. So which you think it'd be cheaper, making an animated series or continue making a live action series? But lucky for us, they did not cancel. They're thinking about it, but it's not yet fully canceled. But once more, it depends how much you like TED the TV series. But believe it or not, people do adore this series because it captured the magic of the first film just right. Now, the question is, why you make an anime series if the live action series is actually working pretty well? It's just sort of a weird decision, but yet I can see why it makes sense. But who knows? Maybe they decide to keep both of them to double dip for a season after one show takes a break, the other one takes in charge, so give more time the other one to make another series. So it's sort of smart, but at the same time very dangerous because season 2 could be easily bad because McFarlane, the creator of TED, has a habit of 1 or 2 good seasons. The third season could actually suck. That's the problem. But you know how the fans are. They're obsessed with something, they stick by it to the very end to become so bad it could be unwatchable. But I don't know you. Are you excited? Or are you like the fans wondering why make an anime series? You also have a live action series. Because companies are a little greedy, but at the same time, can you make an anime series? Because they are exploring a lot of things about the prequel series of TED. But they don't say much about what this new anime series of TED could be. Could be the continuation of the second film, or this could be easily the third film, but in animated form, just exploring Ted's life with his best friend, figuring out how the world works of these two guys. I don't know you, how you felt about this. Do you care? You do care? You're excited? Or you're not kind of confused like everybody else why you have two shows doing the same thing? I don't know you. Tell me down below how you felt. I got nothing to say. Just let's watch the next cartoon breaking news. Now, this is from Toon Hive, posting something kind of interesting and fun. I did not believe this is actually becoming more bigger. Basically, they put the list of the list of projects are being reanimated, coming soon, date not yet released. One of them is basically Chicken Little, Despicable Me, Wacko's Wish, Goofy Movie, The Fiona Cake, The Bee Movie, and a couple few more. But you don't know what is reanimated. Just slightly change the title because each one of them sort of changed the name of reanimated. But basically meaning they pick a specific episode or specific movie, have a group of people who are basically fans of the project but not professionals. Sometimes they are, sometimes they don't, and basically remake the whole movie of their own style. So it's something that's very unique. I think the most recognizable or the most popular who did this is Shrek, the first movie. That the fandom did almost 100 directors directing about a minute or a minute and a half of scene of each part of the movie, remaking on their own animated style. But sometimes not their style. Some people decide to do puppetry, some people do art styles, some people prefer doing live action, but none of them really have a very strong talent of animation or direction. It's just all over the place, but they're using all the original soundtrack and audio of the movie, just setting of their own style and putting it on YouTube for free. It's one of those things, it's just a very unique experience. In other words, like if you like that Pacific show or like the Pacific movie, you just rewatching as a fan, remaking it of their own art style. It's a very unique, trippy way to see it because honestly, you don't expect what else gonna come out because the art style sometimes sort of just a left turn that you were like, okay, it's a very weird experience. It's something I recommend. At least watch Shrek Reanimated on YouTube. It's for free. Watch that. You get the idea when you're getting of the rest of the reanimated projects make it in the fandom. It's a very trippy, fun, unique way to watch it. Even if you've seen it 100 times, whatever IP you actually like, it's just a very strong visual. It just sort of surprised you, get entertained where they're actually going from. But what's more, I'm sort of surprised this became so popular that everybody attempted to do their fairy IP, just sort of remake it. But remember, none of them are highly professional, probably maybe a one or two. The rest is just nerds who like the movie and they want to basically help making this project even they're not talented or understand what they're doing. But it's just a very unique, weird ride because you don't expect what you actually happen next. It's just a trip. But besides that, are you excited of one of them or none of them? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now let's talk about the next cartoon project. Now this is from Cartoon Room, posting on the Twitter/X. Never forget, animation it has longer legs than live action. That Corine, 50 years anniversary, re-released their small hit on theaters, passing $20 million worldwide, opening the fifth most highest watching of this month of the US. And this was sort of a celebration of a classic film of Corine. Also helped Laika promote the sequel film of Laika. In that sequel, it's just sort of a new Laika film, but that more better technology. If you've seen the leaked images, you can see like it's more impressive of the new claymation they're doing of the next project. But I talk about that later on in the next couple of videos. But besides that, have you seen Corine in theaters on this month? Because it's sort of surprising people watch this again on theaters because let's face it, Corine is basically every single childhood memory back almost 15 years ago. I remember hearing about it, watching it on television. You can see why it's sort of popular because it's sort of very dark story. I'm sort of surprised in people who have never actually seen this story, if you want me explaining it for a few words, basically Caroline is basically a girl who finds a different door on the wall that she opens that it's completely different. This world is meant for her or her other mother. And her other mother wants her to stay here, but she has secret intentions why her staying here, making her happy, why coming back of the real world instead be happy in the fake world. But she has sort of a dark secret because she wants her to make her a doll, a daughter doll like her. And that's sort of the twist of Coraline. It's actually pretty interesting and dark, and I'm sort of surprised they never attempted to make a sequel. Believe it or not, the creators did want to make it a sequel, but can never really crack what is the next sequel, how to do it well, it makes sense in the canon. But other than that, how you feel about this? Are you glad this was a smash hit even over 15 years later? Because it did get 20 million, but once more, overall, so I'm guessing you're having 7 to 6 million on the US, 15 probably on worldwide. This is how it works. Usually they combine both of them to make it more nicer headline. But besides that, it's a decent hit. You're sort of not surprised because a lot of people have nostalgia of this movie. But other than that, have you watched it? Do you still like this film? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now let's talk about the next cartoon breaking news. Now, this is our last segment of the day. It's from Twitter/X from ToonHive, posting something so interesting, sort of blow up the internet. The Procreate CEO James Kuda responded of the answers of their app gonna use AI in their own products. And the CEO of James actually responded, I really hate blank generate AI because that's not art. That's just copy and paste. He assures you he will not use AI on his app of any products. And that's end of quote. And this one sort of blew up the internet because everyone was surprised. He was saying, F that, I hate AI, we're not going to use it. But just remind you, uh, this company is actually kind of small. So relying on AI doesn't really make sense to them because it's not a big company. Because of this, I'm 100% sure a lot of animators decided, well, you know what, screw the other ones, I'm using Procreate because it sort of makes sense of them because they're not going to scrape AI in their app. If you don't know what is going on or what I explained, basically every single company who uses app for animators, they're basically sneaking in AI to scrape all your art and you're using it on their own program. And this one pissed off a lot of people, specifically artists who main job or main income create original art for whatever business idea they actually have. And this I just keep stealing their work. So this is why a lot of people are angry of using AI on their apps because they did not ask them and they losing their job because of AI. And this was sort of a surprise for everyone. The CEO, James, steps down, put on a camera. It says, FAI, we're not doing that because he despised that. And that itself kind of elevate Procreate the next level in being worship of all the animators because let's face it, you want to hear that because you don't want to hear, oh, we kind of do use that, but not that seriously, just a little bit here, a little bit that. But at the very end, you're still stealing AI. You're still stealing, still stealing from people hard work. And that's the thing that pissed off a lot of people. So this is why became James the hero of the week. He just made the day of many other animators. But I don't know you, how I felt about this. You think this is legitimate or you believe what he says? In my opinion, I do believe because he is a small company, so they cannot risk using AI. Other than that, how you felt about this? I got nothing else to say, just thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Bye.